seeking the blessings of His Holiness Jagaguru Shri Shivratrajendra Swamiji and Representative Dr. Shivratri Kendra Swamiji, I welcome all to the international webinar series on language and communication, jointly organized by Cape Comden Trust, India, and Lavender Literary Club, and Division of Languages, School of Life Sciences, JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, Mysuru. I will, even though they are not physically present at this webinar, I welcome our beloved Pro-Chancellor Dr. Suresh Bhojraj, Vice Chancellor Dr. Surinder Singh, Registrar Dr. B. Manjunath, Director Academics Dr. P. Kushalappa, and our Dean and Head of Department Dr. K. Ravish to this webinar. I would like to welcome our co-hosts and joint organizers of this event of Cape Comden Trust and the founding president, Dr. Regin Silvest, without which this webinar could not have been organized. A very warm welcome to you, sir. I now extend my welcome to the participants of this webinar, those who have registered from Cape Comden Trust and the students of School of Life Sciences, JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research. I now extend my warm welcome to the speaker of today, Dr. Prodhan Mehboob Ibn Siraj. Dr. Prodhan Mehboob Ibn Siraj is a PhD fellow in teaching English as a second language at the Faculty of Education, University Technology, Malaysia. He has been working as an assistant professor at the Department of English, Sylhet International University, Bangladesh. He is particularly interested in how technology could assist English language teaching, ELT. He has published 26 research articles in prestigious national and international peer-reviewed journals, including Scopus and ISI indexed. Example, Journal of Psycholinguistic Research, Springer, Language Testing in Asia, Elsevier, International Journal of Sustainability in Higher Education, Emerald, Sustainability, MDPI, Asian EFL Journal, MEX-TESOL Journal, Mexico, International Journal of Interactive Mobile Technologies, Castle University Press, GmbH, Germany, etc. He has reviewed 128 manuscripts of 36 different international journals, mostly indexed in Scopus and Web of Science. He is a member of editorial board of 12 Scopus and Web of Science index journals. He is also a managing editor of TESOL BD Journal. A warm welcome to you, sir. I humbly request you to start the webinar on today's topic, which is Global Scale of English Language, the 4 C's: collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and communication. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for my beautiful introduction. Good evening and greetings to all who participated in this webinar from different part of the globe. I'm going to talk on global scale of English language skills, 4 C's: collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and communication. Though it is not possible to go in depth in these 4 C's in this short time, rather I would like to highlight some key issues of them. 4 C's are a group of learning competences and skills in 21st century learning. These 4 skills are essential for modern students to succeed in schools and their workplace. Okay, may I get a chance to share my slides? Please wait a bit. Okay, thank you everybody again. Actually, the illiterate of 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Actually, this is the foremost quote by Alvin Toffler. He defined literacy in different ways. That is very much a cope to the IoT generation or 4th generation. Actually, we have already entered into 5th generation. Okay. The first part of this topic is global scale of English language. It's actually global scale. It's an assessment framework. It helps teachers to assess their learners' speaking and writing proficiency, productive skills. It's actually references that caters for every types of English and type of learner. This global scale is an extension to the common European framework of reference. This scale is in between 10 to 90. Actually, it grades students or scale or grades students in different ways at their different level in between 10 to 90. This one is standard global scale for English languages. scale. Okay, what are the benefits of this global scale? Surely it motivates students, okay, it supports learners, and it has global applications. This three different ways this global skill may help to students and learners as well. Okay, yeah, you can see that there are the several categories again between 10 to 90. It started from A1 to C2. A1 means those have the lower scale, lower grade, in between 10 to 20 grades, and the maximum, I mean, top level is in between C1 to C2. It's the highest scale from 80 to 90. Actually, it's almost the equivalent to IELTS scale, rating scale. But IELTS has some limitations all over the world. But this global scale, it has no limitations. It has been accepted all over the world. Now come to the four skills. Four skills. I mean forces. Actually, these forces are the part of 21st century skills. These are the mainly here we talk. I talk for collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, communications. Okay. Though it is very difficult, I have mentioned a bit earlier that within this short time I could not explain all the things in details. But I would highlight some of the key issues that you guys can understand what these skills are. First, I would like to elaborate the collaboration. Okay. What is collaboration? Normally, we know collaborations, we work together. Okay, from the different parts or from the different sections, we will work for one particular topic. Okay, that's why it is a process of two or more people, entities, or organization working together to complete a task or achieve a goal. Okay, in this way, collaboration will work, and this skill is very important for students in different ways. Okay, these are the elements that involved within collaborations skill. It should be like a listen, learn, speak up, trust, motivate, help, share credit, communicate often. Okay, actually, when you will start collaboration as a students, within students, or with teachers or researchers, you must have maintained these elements. Okay, you have to ensure this. You must listen carefully to your group members. You have to you must have zeal to learn. Okay, learn from others, and you have to also you have to be like a zeal to help others. Okay, and then in a group or in a collaboration work, you must speak up. Okay, if you will be dumb within your group, actually your contribution will be little. Okay, that's why you must speak up. Then trust, you must trust your members whenever you will form a collaborative team. Okay, within this team, the concepts, the topic you are dealing with, you must have trust with other members. Okay, and other members must have trust to you. Otherwise, the work will not finish properly or effectively. Then motivate. Obviously, you must have motivations to work within collaboration or team or group. Then you must have zeal that you might be helped by others and you will help to others. Then the next elements that you must maintain, this one is credit. Okay, you must give your members credit. Okay, you cannot say that your collaboration work is your own, solely you did. It's not fair, and you can't claim this. Here you must share credit. Okay. Then communicate often. The main things of these skills, collaborative skills, you must maintain communications. Okay, you often communicate with your group members, okay, whether it is necessary or not. Sometimes you merely greet them, or sometimes you merely express your feelings, or you may also share your personal experiences to your group that they could find out some solutions for you. Okay, in this way, collaboration skill will work. Okay, why this collaboration? What are the importance of these collaborations? Actually, it is very essential life skill. Okay, because we are human being are living in society. In a society, actually, we can't live alone. Okay, we must have collaboration. Okay, we must get a help, or we must help to neighbors. Okay, the others. So we are not out of this. Next, it assists students to make connections. Connections actually in a class, there may be 30, 40 students. If they grown up lonely, actually they will not learn anything else. That I have mentioned from Alvin, that literacy nowadays means you have to learn, relearn, unlearn. Okay, whatever there is unlearn, I mean you don't know, you have to learn. And if from your learning you can also extend your learning too. Okay, that's why it helps students in different ways. Okay. It also helps students to plan, review, change strategy. Okay, it engages together. Students feel empowered to contribute and influence. Okay, and next important thing is it is very essential for cultural and cognitive development constantly. It's like a generative rather than passive learning. Okay, students achieve more than they develop and practice in collaborative skills. Okay, that's why collaboration skill is very important, not only for students but also for all over the people to be interactive in their society. Then what are the approaches in collaborative learning or in collaborative skills? Actually, collaborative skills, there will be cooperative learning systems. Then there will be the groups writing or groups discussions. There will be learning communities, peer teaching, problem-based learning, discussion groups. Okay, these are the 6 approaches that could assist collaborative learning or to develop collaborative skills. These 6 are the focal points to make your cooperative learning smooth and effective. And there are several strategies. I merely mentioned here 20, okay, 20 different strategies for teachers or for learners. How can they develop collaborative skills? First, they need to establish goal. Okay, their group must have goal to achieve a goal. Okay, then there will be the group size will be mid-sized. Okay, it will not be big. Okay, it may be within 10 is best as far as my experience. Then establish flexible group norms. Okay, you have to set the norms. Okay, what are the things you will do and what are the things you will not do. Okay, then build trust, promote open communications, then create group roles. Okay, you will set each person's role, what types of role everyone will play within this group. Okay, then you can may have a pre and post test. Okay, pre and post test, you can see the difference of your learning before forming the group and after forming the group. I mean, after before collaboration and after collaboration, what might be difference? What might be differentiation? Okay, in your learning. Then you have to you make an assessment. Okay, assessment, your evaluation. Everyone can evaluate everyone's performance. Then you may use a Jigsaw technique for learning. Jigsaw. Okay, one person learned one thing, then he transferred this one to another one. Another one also transfer his learning to others. Okay, in this way, you develop your collaborative skill within a group. Then within a group, you must reduce anxiety. Okay, as members of the group will not feel that they are overburdened. Okay, they must be relaxed. Okay, within working within this group. Okay, then interactions. Okay, students will interact. Okay, often. Then the group may set the goal for solving real problem. Okay. Then students must have inquiry-based learning. Okay. And after this, there might be in the group, there might be diversifications. Okay. Diversifications according to the level of skills of the students or culture or language, whatever it is. Okay. Then gender matters actually. In some context, there is a gender matter. In some context, there is no matter. So if you have this issue, you can solve before forming the group. Then scaffolding. Scaffolding is a good way to develop collaborative skills. Okay, actually, scaffolding makes a novice learners to expert learners. Okay, when a learner become expert, after this there will be no longer scaffolding. Okay. Then different types of learning scenarios. Okay, you may use different types of styles, different types of thinkings to continue in your in developing your collaboration skills. Okay. In collaboration, you may use technology. Yeah, obviously, we must use technology. Nowadays, we are within a pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, and during this pandemic, actually, there is no other way to use technology. Within technology, we may maintain our community works. We may maintain all the things that we can do in person. Then you must have minds to critics, okay, to tolerate criticisms and to deliver criticize. Okay, criticize. It promote your collaboration skills, and you can also you must avoid bad group work. Okay, actually, suppose in a group, some members are very lazy, some are very active. It should not be like this. You all be equal. Okay, you must try to contribute equally. Okay, that's why there is no chance to be bad worker in a group. And yeah, in the group, they might have intellectual divergence. Okay, actually, I have already mentioned that a different level of skills. Okay. But at some points, after collaborative skills or collaborative works, you will be somewhat equal according to according to the obtained skills. These are the strategies. How can you develop your collaborative skills within your students, even within your environment, within your colleagues, or within your collaborations? Okay. Okay. As I'm a researcher, okay, I have a lot of networks. All over the world, and this map shows my collaboration with different researchers who are living in different countries and who have different languages. But we work together and we produced different research works. Okay, this is one of the example of my personal experience in collaborations. It means collaboration actually help to produce effective work, whether within students or within your colleagues or within your research firm, whatever it is. Okay. Okay. Next skill is creativity. Yeah, creativity is something new creations. Okay. So creativity involves into three things. Like you must have internal motivation. Students or person must have who have creativity. He or she must have these three elements. First one, internal motivation for working one particular topic or skill. He must or he must have internal motivation. Then he must have resources. Actually, if you don't have resources, you cannot produce, or you cannot be creative. Okay, first you have to know what the things already has. Okay, then with these things you can produce another new things. Okay, another, you can add new dimension. Okay, this is creativity. So you must have resources. Then the most important thing is creative thinking skills. You must develop creative thinking skills. Okay, your capacity, you have to develop your capacity to think creatively. Okay, to see the things from your new perspectives. Okay, these three elements are very important for developing creative skills. Okay, these are the characteristics of creative personality. Less or more, we know that the first important characteristics, sorry for that. Actually, the first important characteristics of a creative person is he or she must have great deal of energy, but he will be often quiet and at rest. Okay. He will not show, he will not be showing. Okay. Actually, sorry, he will use his energy for particular purpose. Okay. But in the other aspect, he or she will be quiet and rest. Then obviously creative person must be smart. Okay, what the things he will do, okay, he will do this one smartly. He will present smartly. There is no actually no hesitation within himself or herself to present the things. That's why a creative person must be smart. Then creative person will be playful and disciplined. Okay, actually, it's also true for all the people. Okay, we must be playful and disciplined in our life. Okay, we must maintain responsibility, what we have, and we should not be irresponsible. Okay. So we need to maintain these characteristics if we develop creativity within ourselves. Then you must have the imagination and fantasy, okay, within yourself. Okay, you could imagine, and you sometimes you could draw picture, okay, what the things will be. But this one will not be merely a picture. Okay, you must apply this one. You must implement this picture into reality. Then it will prove that you are creative. Okay. But fantasy and imagination is very important to be creative. So for your students, you must try to develop these two skills. Another important personality of a creative person is he or she will be humble and proud. Okay, proud, humble and proud. This not merely proud. Okay, merely haughty. Okay, yeah, he will show his humbleness, proud in humble manner, in the way of humble manners. Okay. Then the other important characteristics of a creative person is openness and sensitivity. Okay, obviously you must have ability to receive all kinds of comments. Okay, all kinds of activities. Okay, someone will criticize you, someone will appreciate you. Okay, you must have the ability to receive this. Okay, so these are the important characteristics of a creative persons. If you could develop these characteristics within yourself, you might be creative, or you might grow within yourself creative skill. Then these are the types of creative thinking skills, as I have mentioned that for being creative, creative thinking skills, to develop creative skill thinking skills is very important. Okay, how can you develop this creative thinking? Okay, you can develop this one in this flow way. First one is divergent thinking. Your thinking will not be concentrate only one topic or one way. You should see one perspectives from different angles. Okay, then your thinking will be elasticized. Okay, then abundance mentality. Yeah, you must have. Okay, abundance mentality. Okay, it should not be rigid or it should not be one way. You could receive all the things. Okay, so abundance mentality is another important the issues for being creative thinkers. Okay. Then brainstorming, obviously, creative thinking skills, it also developed by brainstorming. Whenever you will get some questions or topic or whatever it is, you must do brainstorming first. Okay. Then the output that you will bring out with new dimensions. Okay. There must be creative thinking skill. Then design thinking. Yeah, it's important. Design thinking. Okay, you may have many thinking simultaneously in your mind, but you have to work on this one by one. Okay, you may have some thinking at a time. Okay, you can give them importance. Okay, you can arrange them sequentially, first to last. Okay, which one is important for what purpose it is important. Okay, if you practice in these four ways, you can develop your creative thinking. And top creative thinking skills are like this: analytical, okay, open-minded, problem-solving, organization, communications. Okay, if you can exercise through this five process, okay, I mean, whenever you get something, you should be analytical. Okay, you should analyze this fact, why it has been happened, what's the importance for it. Okay, in different way from different perspectives, you try to analyze. Okay, so you should be analytical if you want to be creative thinkers. Then open-minded, yeah, I have already told that you can receive all types of criticisms, comments, or feedbacks. Then problem solving, obviously, creative thinkers, okay, they are working for solving a particular problem, real problem. Then organization, just I have already mentioned that at a time you may have many thinkings. Yeah, you must organize this and you must value them according to their importance. Then communication, yeah, obviously, as many as you can communicate with people or surroundings regarding this topic, you can get or you can achieve so many ideas from this. Okay, this is Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, I think many of them know. These are the Bloom's taxonomy. There are the six scale. Okay, remember to create. At the top there is create, and very bottom there is remember. Okay, actually remember is the lower level. I will show you later. And create is the higher or top level skill. Okay, how this one, okay. Okay, so here create at the top of the skills. It means the top level of your skill is creativity. It means produce new or original work. Okay, so it's not a joke or it's not a merely something else. Actually, it is very important and very focal issue that you must gain. Okay. 25 ways to become creative. Okay, actually, there are the many ways. Some of them are here. So first one, how can you be creative? Okay, for this, you have you have inquisitive mind. You must ask the questions, actually right questions. Then after getting the answer or going through your query, you will be expert on this. Okay. Then open and aware. You should be open and aware. Play and pretend. Generate lot of ideas. Focus, fuse ideas. Choose the best ideas. Make something out of your great ideas. Okay. Actually, these are the some of the ways you can. How can you create? You will be creative. Okay. And there are the four steps for being creative. Okay. First, you have to uh, take preparations. Okay. Actually, nothing in this world can be happen without preparation. Okay. You must have preparation for a particular topic or for particular skills or particular subject. Okay. You must have some homework. Okay. You want to see the existing knowledge, okay, about or existing issues regarding the topic that you are going to deal. It means you if you take preparations, if you have some homeworks, obviously on the basis of on the knowledge of your homework, you must be creative. Then incubation, under incubations, you have to go through several process, like you may discuss with your colleague. Okay, you may study with other studies. Okay, you may study book, article, journals. Okay, in this way, you incubate your topic. Then you must have inspirations. Why are you doing this? Okay. Actually, for creating everything behind this, there must be some issues. Okay, that's why without inspirations, okay, you cannot produce anything else. Okay, you must have inspiration. Whether this inspiration comes out from your uh, great, I mean, to achieve the good grade. Okay, it can be your inspirations, or your inspiration can be you will do research on the topic. Okay, this one will be your another inspirations. Okay, in this way, you can develop your creative process. Okay, and finally, verifications. Okay, say for you have invented something. Okay, you have generated some new ideas or one ideas. Then you have to verify this one whether your idea is right or not. You cannot merely say that this is my new idea. You must have background. You must have verifications or evidences. And on the basis of these evidences, you can say that yes, it is new. Okay. So in this four steps, you can develop your creative skills on particular topic. Then after this, there is the critical thinking. Okay. Critical thinking, we know that it is related to cognitive and intellectual skills. Cognitive and intellectual skills, these are related to our neuroscience, neurological issues of our body. Yeah, actually, it is cognition with brain. Okay, it's related to our brain. Okay, what is critical thinking? Actually, critical thinking means you can say for you see an event or a fact, okay, and one the fact you will be critical thinker. How can be? Okay, you can be through analyzing, evaluating, and reasoning. Okay, and after doing these three steps, okay, you can come to the conclusions. There might be the solutions of your real problem. Okay, there is the decision making steps. Okay, these steps. Okay, look at this. There is a human head, human brain. I will explain this one later in another slide. Left side and right side. Actually, in our brain, we have two parts: left hemisphere and right hemisphere. Okay, I will show this one. Left hemispheres are responsible for critical thinking, and right hemispheres are responsible for creative thinking. Okay, so this critical and creative thinking are very close biologically or neurologically. Why think critically? Okay, why do we think critically? Okay, uh, why don't we think generally? Okay, generatively. Okay, we just see and we merely describe the things happened. But no, as human mind is inquisitive, okay, always inquisitive. Okay, we can ask, see your child. Okay, in the earliest stage, I mean, before 4 or 5 years, he or she asked you so many questions in a day. Okay. Why? Because as a human being, we have this things to know what the things are happening around us. Okay. So, critical thinkings are important to identify appropriate sources, to understand key concepts and theories, to analyze, compare, synthesize, and evaluate information, to apply evidence to our line of reasoning, and to justify our conclusions. Okay, actually, these five important things we need to deal, we need to get the answer in this way to identify, to understand, to analyze, to apply, to justify one fact, okay, or concept. Okay, whenever we will have an issue, we want to see what is it. We want to see what types of things is it. We want to see the explanations, what the use of it, and finally, is it useful or not for human being or for animal, for other things. Okay. Okay, look at this. Actually, these are the 9 questions. Okay. These 9 questions are related to critical thinking. Okay. If you understand, actually, basically, as a human being, we normally want to see this. Okay. Whenever we think, say, for we get new idea. Okay. And on this new idea, we have just 9 questions automatically come into our mind. Even COVID-19. If we take this one as example, so first questions, what is it? What is COVID? Okay. So critical thinking will always try to ask with these 9 questions, okay, on a particular topic. First, what? Okay, as I have said that what is COVID? Okay, when? When did it come first? Okay, then who created this COVID? Okay, where from where it came out? Okay, why this COVID came out? Okay, how did it work? Okay, is it harmful or not? What if it is not be within the world? What if? Okay, so what? Okay, actually, what the effect of this? And after COVID-19, what will be happen? What next? Okay, so critical thinking means getting answer of these 9 questions. Okay, so whenever you will develop critical thinking skills to your students, you will teach them these 9 questions. Okay, go through part by part. Yeah, what the answer you will get with this. Then you might have critical thinking skill. Critical thinking skills are 5 kinds, okay, that I have already mentioned before this slide. Okay, it is all about reasoning, problem solving, evaluating, decision making, analyzing. Okay, these are the 5 different types of critical thinking skills. Okay, okay, how can you develop from the Bloom's taxonomy? Look at this. Okay, they are the two category of these skills: lower order thinking skills and higher order thinking skills. Okay. Lower order, it's up to apply, okay, and above apply there is the higher order, okay, higher order skill. And look at this. This is the example for writing skills, critical writing, according to the Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, look at the bottom of the pyramid. Okay, you can see that. Remember, okay, actually remember is personal narration. Okay, remember you just say that this is mango, this is jackfruit. Okay, this is apple. Okay, but above the remembering, have to analyze. These three skills are responsible for expository writing. Okay, it's expose. Okay, it's describe. It's analysis. What are the things? Okay, and with these skills, there will be the expository writing and evaluation. With evaluate, there is persuasive writing skill. Writing. Okay, this writing happened at the second top level of the pyramid, according to Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, and the create again. Okay, creativity, critical thinking. Okay, at this stage, scholarly and creative writing will be happened. Okay. So scholarly and creative writing is not an easy thing because there will be a lot of issues. Those are new in the world. Those will be very critical, and those will be very creative. Okay, that's why, according to Bloom's taxonomy, the top level of the pyramid, there is the highest level of critical writing skill. Hopefully, you can understand. Actually, I could not explain much more as there is the time issues. I just highlight all the issues you may study later. So there are the some standards for measuring critical thinking. This one is CTS. Okay. So critical thinking standards, the things will be clarity, accuracy, precision, relevance, depth, breadth, logic, fairness. Okay. If your thinking maintains this kinds of standards or measurements or scales, then your thinking is critical. Okay. What are the benefits of critical thinking? Okay, lot of benefits. You know, as far as I guess. First of all, academic performance. Okay, obviously, for students, this one is first. Okay, academic performance. How can they perform academically well? To understand, critically evaluate, develop, and defend. Okay. Then, whenever they will enter into the workplace, okay, there will be also this also benefits of this skill, okay, as they can reflect and get a deeper understanding of their decision making. Okay, it also helps to develop open mindedness. Okay, and it also helps to analyze the facts of events for solving problems. And in our daily life, everyone, if we are not critical thinker, then obviously we have some problems in our reality to maintain family, to maintain our office, okay, to maintain relationship with our colleagues, okay, or whatever it is. How this one make a help in our daily life to avoid making foolish decisions. It will help to promote an informed and concerned capability of making good decisions on important social, political, and economic issues. It also make us autonomous thinkers. Okay, so these are the some benefits of being critical thinker or critical thinking skill. Okay, but we have in our surroundings a lot of problems to develop critical thinking. Okay. These are the problems. Okay, sometimes we have egocentrism. Okay, I mean self-centered thinking. Oh, this is only my thinking. Okay, I will not hear to others. Okay, so in this way you can demotivate yourself when you will not get the result on from your thinking. Okay. Then sociocentrism. Okay, sometimes you we people from this subcontinent, Indian subcontinent, we are very much afraid of our surroundings. Okay, what will people say about this? Okay, these types of feelings always working within us. Actually, these types of thinking always make a negative influence on developing our critical thinking skills, unwanted assumptions. Okay, sometimes actually it's also very common to us. Okay, we sometimes uh, assume, oh, if I do this, it will be that. Okay, so people will say many things on this, so I will drop it or avoid it. Okay, in this way we could not able to develop our critical thinking skills. Okay. Next, wishfulness. Okay. Sometimes we don't have intention. Okay. We don't have zeal to do. Okay. The people is doing this. I also doing this. Okay. In this way, let the things happen. Okay. But actually, this is not the right way for being critical thinker. Then relativistic thinking, it's a matter of opinion. Okay, this actually these are the barriers, okay, social, personal barriers, okay, to develop critical thinking skills. Okay. Now, these are the characteristics of a critical thinker. Less or more, I have already highlighted this. Critical thinker must be open-minded. They will be honest, courteous, and passionate. They will be aware of the things. They will welcome criticism, and obviously they will be independent. Okay, they will move. Actually, they will not in the way. They will move in opposition to the stream. Actually, within a stream, they will go their own way. Okay, this is the comparison between critical thinking and creative thinking. Critical, see, in our brain, there are the two parts. Okay, green, one part's green, there is the another buildings, steps, okay, sky, sky color, okay, and green color. Green color is our right hand side of our brain. It's called right hemisphere. And left hemisphere, this one is critical thinking. Okay. Critical thinking, actually, it's like a fixed. Okay. In the critical thinking, the everything almost reasoning. It's a bit like scientific, okay, calculative, okay, very much accurate. Okay. This one is critical thinking. Say for language, math, writing, science, facts, logic, convergence, all the things related or comes out from left hemisphere. This one is critical thinking. Okay. And right hand thinking, this one is creative. Okay. More amusing. Okay. If we consider left side as formal, right hand side is informal. Okay. Actually, creation comes from informality, as far as I believe. So right hand side is like intuition, artistic, musical, insightful, imagination, 3D images, divergence. Okay. So these are the difference between, from the neurological perspectives, between left and right brain, okay, between critical thinking and creative thinking. So communications, this one is the last skills for Cs. This is the communication skills. We know that we have different types of communications. Like nowadays, in between COVID-19, the communication or physical communication has been revised in different ways. Okay, that's why nowadays there are different types of communications we are doing in our daily life. Okay, like video conference, face-to-face conversation, live speech telephone conversations, online discussion groups, voicemail, email, video, memos, and letters. Okay. Look at this in this well, the first one is high richness. I mean, frequently used. Okay, this one is face-to-face video conference. Nowadays, we are frequently using this. Okay, and memos and letters nowadays it's very much formal. Whenever we formally approach, then we use in our life. Someone may use 10 times or 20 times memos and letters, but face-to-face conversations it's unlimited. Telephone conversations unlimited. Okay. So these are the types of communications, and this these types can be categorized into this way, yeah, which means effective communication skills. If you develop effective communication skills, you must develop written skill, listening skill, verbal skill, body language or non-verbal skill, thought and feedback. Okay, you must develop all these five, or all these six for being effective communicators. Okay. So these are less or more of the previous studies. Okay, this is the effective writing, written and communication skills. Okay, I just go through as I have only 10 minutes. Types of verbal communications. Actually, there are 4 types: public communication, small group communication, interpersonal communication, interpersonal communications. Okay, whenever we will develop for verbal communication, we will develop these forms, these 4 types. Verbal communication skills can be developed in this way: about avoid distractions, focus on the non-verbal communication, be soft spoken person, represent the information in short, be open-minded, be confident, don't interrupt the speaker, be clear while speaking, listen carefully, maintain eye contact. These are the things you need to develop for verbal communication skills. Look at this in verbal communication skills. When you will speak, you will be confident. You must develop art of listening. Body language, be friendly. How can you develop? There are several ways: watching films, active listening, offer group presentations, offer reflective learning, use tasks and activities, ask open-ended questions. Okay, through these activities, you can develop your verbal communications. Okay, look at the non-verbal communications. We know these are the non-verbal communications in more ways. Okay, this one is like non-verbal communication is like kinestics, okay, kinesics, physical appearance, haptics, okay, olfactics, chronomics, environmental, occultics, paralanguage, facial expression, spatial behavior. Okay, actually, the communication is related with speech and with body gesture. Okay, mixing this, you will be good communicator. Okay, how to improve non-verbal communication? So non-verbal communication, you maintain eye contact, nod your head to convey that you agree or disagree, smile and show interest, lean forward to show speaker your interest, use tone of voice that matches your message. Okay. After this, listening skills, listening communication skills, there are the 5 types of listening communication skills. You have to develop this one, like discriminative listening. You should have ability to discriminate the sounds. Then you have to ability to comprehend the sound, comprehensive listening. You have to understand the feelings of the speaker or the speech, empathic. Okay, you have to evaluate the sounds. You have to appreciate the sounds. These are the 5 types. Okay, so how can you will be active listener? Okay, active listening ways: hearing content, listening for feelings, observing body language, neutral technique, paraphrasing, self-awareness, reflection, questioning, clarifying technique. Okay, if you use all these, you will be active listeners. Okay. Barriers to active listeners. Okay, so there are some barriers. You have to avoid this. So for inadequate language base, partial listening, lack of interest, prejudgment, negativity towards the speaker, diffidence, intolerance, deep-rooted beliefs. Okay, these are the negative sides to make you a good listener. Okay, so these are the ways you can, how can you develop your relationship, okay, while you will listen. Okay. Next skill is feedback communication skills. Okay, less or more we know feedback means it's forms of opinion about a reaction to something. Why feedback is important? Because to initiate and improve communication, to evaluate or modify a process or product to enable improvements, to provide useful information. Okay. Actually, feedback goes in this way. Usually, there will be sender, encoding, message, decoding, receiver. Sender, receiver. Okay. And receiver in between, and there will be the feedback. Okay. So feedback depends on the association, context, sender, encoding, message channel, decoding, receiver, feedback, noise. Okay. That's all for my presentations on 4Cs. Actually, I could not have much time to explain all the issues, but I just try to highlight what are the issues involved within 4Cs. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for your thank you, sir, for your invaluable discussion today. You have enlightened us on so many topics about creativity, critical thinking, and communication. Now, the panel is open for discussion, so the participants can type their questions in the chat section or they can unmute their voices and ask questions to sir.
Hello. It's been a very honorable for us to listen your information about forces, and it was very informative. And my question is about what is a team and teamwork.
Can you repeat, please?
Sir, when we talk about collaborate, it's all about teamwork, like sir. Can you please explain us about teamwork and how to form a team, on what basis a team should work, and what's the main basis for the team, sir, forming a team?
Okay, thank you very much for your good questions. Actually, it depends. Okay, how can you or what purpose you will build team or you want to collaborate? Okay, say from my example, as I am a researcher, okay, I have a plan. Okay, I have a project. Okay, but this project I can't do myself alone. Okay, that's why I need some people. Okay, I ask my colleagues, will you join to this group for working on this topic? Okay, in this way, if they are interested, then I form a group. Okay, and then we divide our work. Okay, first part we'll do someone, say for A will do this one, B will do this part, C will do that part. Okay, and at the end, after going through several discussions, at the end we will sit for making conclusions or making fruitful of this project. Okay, in this way, if you are students, if you have say for the course like ELT, English language teaching course, you may have 50 students. Okay, within these students, you may find some students who are similar to you. Okay, who want to work together as a teamwork. Okay, you find them and you make a group. It is like a group work. Okay. Your teacher can divide the class into several groups, or you may yourself create a group. Okay. It doesn't matter. It depends on you. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. This is Nagari Surendra from Telangana state. Sir, I'm asking a question, sir. Sir,
Yes.
my voice is audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please.
Okay, how to develop among the children critical thinking? Sir,
Yeah.
how to develop the critical thinking among the children?
Actually, as far as, okay, thank you, Nagari Surandar, okay,
Yeah,
for your good questions. As far as my experience, child
yes,
are the best critical thinker. Okay.
yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah.
Children
You are saying that.
are, yeah,
Hmm.
children are the best critical thinker because what the
Yes.
things they see, okay, they
Hmm.
ask, oh,
Yes, yes,
daddy, what is it? Yeah. Oh,
yes.
sister, what is it? Okay. How is it? And there is a
Oh,
report, as far as I can remember, that
hmm.
a child within 3 or 4 years, maybe 4 years, he
Yeah,
may
yeah.
ask
Yes, sir.
more than 500 questions in a day. Okay. So critical thinker are those actually who generate questions on the topic, particular topic. The 9 questions I have mentioned. Uh, a thing or object you can see from the different 9 angles. Okay. And come
Yeah.
into our conclusions. Okay. Then you will
International,
get.
international, international.
Okay. So let your students or let your child ask as many as they can. Okay. In this way, they will be critical. Thank you.
Sir, how to develop the sir, once again listen what I'm saying. Sir,
Yes. Yeah.
thank you, sir. You are giving for valuable suggestion for children.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Thank you. Is there any questions?
Sir, I have a question
Yes.
regarding creativity. When you told about creativity, characters of creativity or creative thinking person, you told the
Yes, sir. In
most
the chat section,
contrasting.
Raman Goswami has typed a question.
Yes, proceed. Hello. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think maybe she
Yes, sir.
lost her question. Yeah. Shobha,
Yes,
do
sir.
one thing. You type the question in the chat section so that sir or I can read it out. Okay. Best is
Okay,
to
ma'am.
type the
Fine.
question in the chat section. Okay. In the meantime, Sir Raman Goswami has typed a question: role of analysis and interpretation in critical thinking. What is the role of analysis and interpretation in critical thinking?
Okay, let me see the questions. Role of analysis and interpretation in critical thinking. Yeah, it's a good questions. Analysis, you can see from a different. Actually, basically, these two terms are synonymous. You can analyze one thing from different angles, okay, and you can also interpret from different angles. But the difference between these two is analysis means uh, you must have some evidences. Okay, you must have some preconcepts. Okay, according to these concepts, you will analyze your statements or any kinds of text. And interpretation, actually, it is like a grounded theory. Okay, there will be no preconcepts. Okay, merely from the statements you can develop new concepts. Okay, new interpretations. Okay, these are the difference between these two, analysis and interpretation. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, any more?
Okay, Yogesh has typed out a question: how to get accurate source information, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Accurate source. Actually, it depends on your quality or quantity of sources. Okay. Say for, I may give you example from my personal experience as whenever I will go through a topic, okay, for this, I need some articles. So I'll not search my topic through Google, merely through Google, but I will search for a specific website those deals with academic writing, I mean articles. That's why there are so many websites like Scopus, Web of Science, Google Scholar. Okay, I will go for them. In this way, I will find my accurate sources. Okay. In this way, it actually depends on you, what types of sources you want. Okay. You may find, say for, if you are teaching school students, you must use some sources from YouTube, some sources from the books available in your locality, okay, some CDs or videos, okay, that are available, okay, according to your content of teaching. In this way, I think you can find your sources. Is it all right, Shubha? Thank you. Okay, another questions from you that regarding characteristics of creative thinking person, as you told earlier, it shows that creative thinking people have contrast characters. Please explain it through some instances. Critical thinking people have contrast. Yeah. Okay. So some ideas you cannot agree with these ideas. Okay. You might have contrast, okay. Contrastive ideas. Okay. You might have different arguments against the topic. Okay. You can show this one. So in this way, you can develop your critical mind, critical thinking skill. Okay. So it doesn't
Sir,
matter.
it's about
Matter
creativity.
is, sorry.
I think she's asking you to give an example. What is an example of a person with a contrasting character?
Okay, so for there are a lot of contrasting ideas. Okay. Our Indian scholars have already established some rules or some ideas. Those who are not happened before this, like Rajaram Mohan Rai, Swami Vivekananda. Okay. They established some rules against the traditions, okay, during that time. Okay. They have contrastive ideas. Okay. They think that people, they think that a living woman will not be burnt, okay, like this. Okay. But once upon a time it was, okay, but they have creative thinking that no, we can think it in a different way. That's why they set the rules in this way. Can you get my point?
Yes, sir.
I mean Shoti Daho, okay. It has been abandoned, okay, by them, by their concept, okay, like this.
Able.
Okay, what is the correlation between
Xavier has a very interesting
open-mindedness?
question, sir. When do you want to interact with anyone? When you want to interact? Yeah. Able Xavier.
So when do you want to interact with anyone? Should we use
Interact with
critical
anyone,
thinking?
what should we use? Should we use critical thinking or should we use creative thinking?
It's a big question. Okay. Yeah,
The question means is when
yeah,
they're interacting, it's the one. What feeling
yes,
should we
it's
use?
very important. Actually, I think both skills will work subconsciously. Okay, whenever you will be skilled. Okay, so for whenever in our conversations or interactions, when some people will ask something, sometimes we think, okay, what I may reply, or sometimes I will be creative. Okay, I imagine something, bring these ideas and told them in a way to avoid the answer of these particular questions. Okay, so I think both work together, not only one. Is it okay, Abel Javiers? Next, okay, contrast. Then Raman Goswami, what is the correlation between open-mindedness and critical thinking? Okay, obviously, open-mindedness. Open-mindedness means if you have open mind, okay, you can tolerate criticisms, okay, you can uh, uh, you cannot overact with appreciation. Okay, this is your open-mindedness. And critical thinking, you should be critic in your mind, when you will try to give reply to any answer of any questions asked by others. Okay, say for you visited some new places. Okay, you are making conversations with local people, and you are afraid of that if they understand that you have come from different place, then they will make you trouble. Okay, you will be fall into troublesome. Okay, so avoiding disclosing your identity as you have come from different place, you should be critical thinker. Okay, how can I deal? Okay, how can I avoid to express my identifications. In this way, you can be critical, but open-minded. Okay, whatever people is saying, it doesn't matter. Okay, what they comment me on Facebook or other, okay, it doesn't matter. I take this. Okay, tolerance. Actually, tolerance goes with open-minded. Okay, and critical thinking actually it's a sort of thinking. Okay, obviously thinking, it's a thoughtfulness. Okay, thoughtfulness goes with critical thinking like this. Another questions, Roman Goswami, are there any fallacies in the reasoning? There might be. There might be. Okay. Anything else?
Shobha has a very interesting question. Use when we are critically thinking, should we think of negative consequences more or not? That is a question.
Actually, we people human being are habituated with situations. Okay, it is our innate quality. Okay, how can we cope with the new situations? Okay. Automatically, it will come out if you are able, you are mentally and physically sound, then you can handle, because God has given something else within our mind, within our brain. Okay. So all the things cannot be explained. Okay. It can be situated. Okay. You can be conditioned. Okay. What type of condition will be rising, how and what types of way you can deal, automatically it come out. But if it is regarding learning, okay, say for in your class you are teaching critical thinking, so whether you cannot teach your students that first thing negative consequences, then go the positive consequences. Actually, it will depend on situations. Okay, you know, the place is very famous for barbarian. Okay, or cheating. Okay, so you went there, but you know the place. So you have already in your mind how can you deal over there. Okay, the people where you will go. Okay. I just give you example. Okay. That thing cannot be happen also, but it doesn't matter for learning. Okay, whenever you have critical thinking, I mean, you can give the answer, reasoning answer. Okay, you can be logical. Okay, whenever you can, you might have comprehensive ability, then you can deal any kinds of consequences.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, Raman Goswami, yes, you can.
Sir, I analyze and interpret your everything, every speech. So it seems that critical thinking means to think critically about something, is to claim to first circle its meaning entirely at first, to walk all the way around it so that we understand it in a way that is uniquely related with art. Am I right, sir?
Yes, you are right. Okay. Actually, the things will happen when you will face in your reality. Okay, how and what way you can deal. Okay, it will come out from your inner side. Okay, because yeah, we are human being. We have rationality. Okay, this quality is not present in animals. Okay, animals are not rational animals. Okay, but we human beings are rational animal. Okay, or a rational being. Okay, that's why these things, critical thinking or creative thinking, all these come out from our inner side. It's not external. We cannot see creativity. We cannot see the critical thinking. These are the abstract things, but we can observe. Okay, how the people react. Okay, we can observe. Okay. So you should not think in this way. You think that it's a skill in a classroom like other language skills. Whenever we will use language, what the criteria, what the norms, what the conditions we need to follow, we emphasize on this. But uses, applications, these are sometimes depend on situations. In what conditions, what types of delivery a person will give, this will come out from their inner side. Okay, thank you, Roman Goswami.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
There's one last question by Shubha. How do we identify contrasting characteristics in a creative person? And there's one more by Yogesh. How will
Yeah,
critical
in many
thinking work in
ways.
community or in large?
Okay. First questions from Shubha. Should we identify the contrast characters in creative person? Yeah, obviously. I think, well, poets, writers, in a sense, they are contrastives in their characteristics. Okay, because you are giving statements to people to read. Okay, they don't know you. Okay, before Rabindranath become Rabindranath, people will not know him. Okay, when they come across to their readings, okay, they find that there are a lot of contrastive things, contrastive ideas. Okay. These ideas were not exist in poetry before, in prose before, in drama before. Okay, that's why we are we are reading them. Okay, we are reading them without knowing them, and in this way, they are showing their contrastive characteristics. Okay. Do you get my point? I think. Then How will critical thinking works in community or in large scale? Okay, it's a very good questions. In a community we are living, okay. Say for in a building there are 4 apartments. In these apartments, at your apartment, you cannot merely shout. Why you can't shout or you can't play music loudly? Because you have critical thinking that if you do this, your neighbor will react. Okay, they will not be in comfort zone. So you are aware. Okay, in your cognitions, in your mind, you have already programmed, okay. Programmed in the sense that if I can do this, yeah, it will harm for community. Yeah, it will bring negative influence in a large scale. Okay, so we do all the things. Okay, actually, whatever forces of 21st century skills, I mean, there are some other skills. We basically, with knowing, without knowing, we use this. But whenever we come to read out, we come to study, then we can understand, oh, what is critical thinking? The thinking I am doing, what part is creative, what part is critical, what part is somewhat other. Okay, this one will come out. But basically, as a human being, we do naturally we do this type of things subconsciously or unconsciously. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Actually, a lot of things I have got come across.